Welcome. I'm Eric Shawn. Time again for Sunday House Call.
And I'm Arthel Neville. Joining us, Dr. David Samadi, Chairman and Professor of Urology at Lenox Hill Hospital and Chief of Robotic Surgery.
And Dr. Mark Siegel, Professor of Medicine at NYU's Langone Medical Center and also the author of The Inner Pulse, Unlocking the Secret Code of Sickness and Health.
Good to see both of you, doctors.
Good to see you.
Very good. Listen, there is a troubling new study out now on sleeping pills. Researchers say that when people begin taking certain sedatives, their risk of having a car crash can nearly double. Dr. Samadi, is this true?
Well, you don't need a doctor to tell you this because there are a lot of side effects about these sleeping pills. The University of Washington looked at about 400,000 records of patients who take these medications. We're talking about sleeping pills such as Ambien, Restoril, Trazodone. These are all sedatives. I like them in a case where there's a crisis. Let's say there is like a real crisis in your family. You absolutely can't sleep. For a week or two, I think it's good to use them to get through and get rid of them. But when you take a lot of these medications, they have a long effect. It's addictive and it's not good for you. And I certainly, if you can stay away from it, you should. A lot of times we talked about other sleeping pills. We've talked about ginger, valerian, chamomile, magnesium. Did you know that taking a little magnesium before you go to bed, your banana is better than this, that you talk about?
Banana and milk.
Yes, exactly.
Not the milk, the banana
Grape,
only.
Cherries. And more importantly, I want to bring a concept of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Cognitive behavioral therapy is looking at you and change your lifestyle. Look at your sleep hygienes. Look at what you do before you go to sleep, what exactly you take or drink, no coffee. That's the feedback that we give you in order to improve your quality of life. So on an emergency basis, Arthur, as we've talked about, I think it's okay. But long-term, stay away from them because it's as bad as being drunk.
Dr. Siegel, we like to kid Eric about his banana and milk. Banana, yeah, but milk, no, we always say. But really, is there something to drinking more milk?
Well, I am against that. I've told Eric. Eric's sticking to it. He's not listening to my doctor's advice or my prescription here, which is that warm milk actually can cause acid in your stomach, which actually could give you more reflux, which he's reported too, and then you stay up at night. But I'll tell you what I want to start on with this. You know, the National Traffic Safety Administration reports 100,000 traffic accidents a year related to fatigue. So we have tired drivers out there. They're overtired. And that's one of the reasons they're getting into car accidents. But David set this up beautifully, which is the solution to that isn't what America likes to do, Arthel. Throw a sleeping pill at it. Dr. Siegel says you're getting in a car accident because you're driving asleep. 1/3 of people say they nod off while they're driving. Well, that's terrible. But don't throw a Restoril, an Ambien, or a Trazodone at it because then you may add to the problem because you may not be fully awake when you're driving. I like his point about cognitive behavioral therapy. Change how you're approaching sleep. What's your discipline? Are you using that cell phone? Is it on brightly next to you? Is it going off during the night, waking you up? Are you having a glass of wine before you go to sleep? That can cause you to wake up in the middle of the night.
Because the alcohol turns to sugar at some point in the night.
Exactly. When it wears off, exactly. You wake up. We love coffee, but coffee too close to bedtime is going to keep you awake. What foods are you eating? When are you exercising? What is your pattern? And one last thing that was pointed out when I was preparing for this is if you have one sleepless night, okay, don't then turn immediately to a pill. Try to figure out what caused it and break the cycle.
There's no short term to this. There's no real therapy because out of all the medications also, by the way, between Ambien, Restoril and Trazodone. Restoril happens to be safer than the other two that they found in this. But remember, cognitive behavioral therapy is the best way to really knock out a lot of bad habits that you have. And it's the safest and the easiest way. But chamomile calms you down. It's absolutely beautiful. You don't need to work out before you go to bed, which is what Arthel does all the time. At 3 a.m. she starts working out.
I'm awake because you guys know I can't sleep. I didn't sleep last night, but I am with you and you that I don't like the whole sleeping pill
Try
thing.
some magnesium. I promise you're going to do well.
I have the powdered magnesium.
And
you
is
put
it
it in
working?
warm water. Nothing keeps me down.
How about, you know what happened? One of those machines, those white noise machines?
Yeah.
Kind of give you like a nice, quiet, ambience.
Well, that's all part of the behavioral therapy. Having a good mattress, a comfortable mattress, that's going to be like, all of these are extremely important. The bottom line is that these are all knee-jerk reactions. You go to the doctor, they give you these medications, you stay on them for a long time, and there's a rebound effect, by the way.
Absolutely.
two more natural things to add to what he's saying. One is tryptophan, which is an amino acid that's in your bananas that you eat.
And in turkey, too,
It's in
right?
your milk, but I don't like the acid in the milk. But it's in turkey.
Yeah.
So if you have a turkey dinner at night, you might likely to sleep better. The other thing to add to chamomile is something called valerian tea. You know why? Valerian has melatonin. It makes melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone your body is making itself to help you sleep.
Yeah.
So you want to mimic what the body actually
Dr.
does.
Siegel, you know, if I use the melatonin, I have these lucid dreams. I'm not really down.
So it's not for you. It's not for you.
No.
That brings up another point.
Last resort.
It's not for you then. It doesn't mean it's not for somebody else. Every patient has to be approached.
For you, I think it's a lot of it is lifestyle because
Right,
like being here early in the morning, just like you know, surgeons.
schedules.
You know, I get up at 5 a.m., so you have to adjust your schedule to go early in bed. You know, it's an adjustment.
I thought you got up at 4 a.m.
Well, 5 a.m. But you're right. You adjust your time. This valerian root is really, really good. Chamomile we spoke about, but you know, we'll post it online.
And I have tried those. I think natural is better. You know, and it's not just surgeons and doctors. Everybody out there, we all have different.
Especially if you work at night.
And for people that worry at night, that's another thing. I've coined a term called the cycle of worry in one of my books. You start to worry, the next night you worry, you get lack of sleep, that increases your anxiety. You got to figure out what is worrying you, get to the bottom of it, and get rid of it. It may not require a medication.
And sometimes you just start worrying that you're not going to sleep tonight.
No, when you get text from him at 1 a.m.,
I keep saying
what we're going to do the next day, ignore
This is
those
a myth.
texts. That's another way of like sleeping well.
Dr. Siegel, is that true? You're not texting him?
Not anymore.
No, that's the OR texting him, telling him about his case the next day.
You can't sleep tonight like 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
Call them.
I will, both of you.
All right.